Hi, my name is Cindi, and I have a 4-year-old lesser sulfur-crested cockatoo named Rocket. I first discovered BirdTricks when I tried to adopt a lesser sulfur-crested cockatoo from an organization in Portland, and the guy who was running it told me about BirdTricks. What it was like working with Dave was I got challenged a lot. I learned a lot. He was a good coach. He let me take some stuff on my own and corrected me as he needed to, and came up with some unique ideas for how to handle things, and so it worked out really well. Kim was also very knowledgeable. She sometimes had a different slant, which I think was really helpful. A different perspective sometimes that just maybe adds more fullness to my knowledge, so I thought it was really good. I think the biggest surprise in working through the flight training was I had been flying him so much at home that I thought we really kind of had it, and we didn't. So I realized how much we didn't know, and also just how much stuff he was very afraid of, and the level of desensitization that we had to work through with him there was a lot of that. I think one of my biggest personal challenges was to change the way that I was training, because I do a lot of training both with dogs and I've done a lot of training with Rocket, but I'm a pusher and I needed to take some steps back, and that was different for me to figure out that I needed to not push so hard, that I needed to give him the opportunity to let me know what he wanted or what he didn't want, and for me to be able to be looking for those cues, because he's always willing to train and he's always willing to get a treat. No matter how much you've done something, he really just loves to train, but it's really easy to fall into the trap of pushing him too hard. So Rocket is a very quiet bird. He doesn't really have any kind of a loud contact call either. He doesn't do morning and night calls, but he does say hello a lot. So through the process of this training, Dave suggested that we do something a little bit different with him and do what we called a hello recall, where I would say hello and he would respond with a hello, And then in that, he would then have to come to me to get his treat for that response. And it made a way for us to make sure that we had good contact, even though it wasn't loud. It was definitely an attention-getting thing. He knew that he was supposed to contact back to me, and it worked really good at knowing that he was dialed in and ready to take a flight. And then we just made that longer and longer away, and it worked out really well. Can't run, so I have to. Yeah.
So he did say it again.
Okay.
There it is.
Hello. Good. Yeah.
I think Dave put this into my interview. How many times did you have to ask us before we let you into the course?
I don't know if you actually want to put this out to other people, but if you really want BirdTricks to help you with free flight training, you need to beg and plead and harass and send more emails and ask and tell them that you really, 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 really want to do this, because sometimes when it's a white cockatoo, it's not going to be on the top of their list.
That's so true! Like, are you sure you want to fly your white cockatoo? Are you sure you don't want any other kind of bird for this course?
But I mean, you came out to Medford to a master class and were like, I want to fly, train him. We're like, no.
Like, he's really cute in the house.
I decided to get the Marshall's telemetry system for Rocket because I didn't want to lose my bird. It's pretty much as simple as that. It was strongly encouraged, not necessarily required by the BirdTricks training, but it was strongly encouraged, and it just to me seemed like the right thing to do. And having had Romeo get out one time and be out for 3 days, and the anxiety and the fear that caused of not knowing where my bird was, I didn't want to go through that again. So I'm very happy with how that's worked out, and he's taken to it pretty well. So, and he is actually wearing it right now while he's ready to take a nap. So day one outside, I know I was told that I should really expect a exploratory flight, but I really wanted one. We got out there and we were doing A to B's, and he was doing great with that, and he was starting to be a little more comfortable with people being closer. And then when he had to fly over Dave with the GoPro, he decided it was time to take an exploratory, so that was really great. And then I think the best thing was when he heard me call him, he would turn. My back for sure.
Alright, I'm going to have him go over me, which might induce an exploratory, but...
Everybody keep eyes. Keep eyes. Wow.
Good boy. Good boy.
Oh, I think he gets a few for that.
Yeah, that was good.
That was awesome.
He like came at me, he's like, ready, you want it? I got my decision.
I knew he wasn't just going to go forever. The recall was there, and it was solid, and he was going to come back to me, and he didn't always land on me. He did a special new trick of flying under a van and landing on the other side of it. As in, he feels safe with us. There you go. Get up. And there.
Oh.
Rocket! Rocket! Rocket!
Wow.
Rocket! Rocket! Hey guys, give Cindy's face. Rocket, come on.
Bondi.
Rocket!
Yes.
Thank you. Rocket!
Landing on the car. Oh.
Ow. I get scared by Rocket. Like,
Nice, big old walk on. I'd give another one.
This is a good view.
Yeah.
might be the helicopter.
Rocket! Rocket! Rocket!
Whoa! How the heck did he do that? Yeah, he flew under the van.
And there's no grease on him. So get just a short recall, Cindy. Stop there. You gotta come to me, Mama. There you go. All right. Good.
I don't know he was terribly panicked, but
No, not at all.
he wanted to go.
Yeah, he wanted out of the situation, but he didn't want out of the proximity.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I don't know why he flew under the van, but that's a first.
Shade. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was exciting. It was also a little anxious making the first time he kind of took off in a beeline. So we had a lot of fun with Rocket when another bird about his size wanted to fly with him, and he still hasn't quite got the flock mentality. Bird went one way, he went the other way, but but he would take off and he'd go okay, and it was fun, and then they would fly around, and it was nice for him to feel comfortable flying with another bird. We did have a couple of midair almost collisions because he was going the opposite direction, but he's figured that out since, and now he pretty much is able to figure out where to go without running into anybody.
All right, you guys ready? Yeah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go!
Rocket!
Woo! Wow, look at Rocket go!
Rocket! Rocket!
Whoa! Cressy!
In the van?
He's in the air.
Rocket!
He's coming.
Rocket! Come on, boy!
Cressy's still
Yeah,
going.
he likes that van. It's a big white safe thing.
Yeah.
Is he by the van?
Yeah.
Did you get Cressy
down
back?
behind it.
No, not yet. She's still flying.
There.
Right here. Cressy! Good girl. Oh yeah, he is. He's behind the van. Good girl, Messerton.
Where'd you go?
Oh! Running back. Yay.
I think I have video of him and Cresty almost colliding.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
But it was fun. It was fun to see him fly with other birds, and I feel more comfortable about him flying with other birds. Just in general, I think that's a safer thing. Even though I only have one bird, I do want to meet up with other people and have them fly together. I think it's overall a better, safer experience. Okay, so a BirdTricks flight trip, in talking to the other graduates, people who graduated earlier, I know can be a very, very, very thing. So my experience was there was awesome focus on giving Rocket his time that first day especially to get outside and have a safe experience and a fun experience. He always got a little bit of priority, layering in the chaos, as Dave has said, of having more people around, more birds around and things like that, so that he could get used to it instead of throwing him in the deep end. And so I think it was a good way of bringing him up through the stages of being able to do it safely and do it well. Sometimes you get to stay more in one area, and sometimes you get to drive all over the world. So it just kind of depends. That is, I wasn't expecting that. That was a little bit different, but
At least we put you up on the finest accommodations.
That you can provide.
I think Rocket's progress definitely met my expectations throughout this trip, but we actually flew him at a level 5 and say very safely. And I wouldn't say every bird's going to do a level 5 on their first trip, but we also know that Rocket has been flying so well and so long indoors that he has a lot of flight skills that not every bird comes on their first trip with. And so he's definitely got the stamina to fly, and he definitely has the motivation to come back. So yeah, I see a lot of progress in his ability to be around a lot of different things and handle it, which was awesome, because again we had some serious desensitization that we had to do. My favorite location of the trip actually was at the Albert Hot Springs. On the dry bed when it was windy, and he got to really figure out some stuff with the wind. And then we went up on a high hill, and he got down into a little bit of a vortex between two hills, and he had to struggle with it a little bit. But I think those were my two favorite places for sure.
Wow, he's pumping.
I like it down here. Come on, boy.
He's probably struggling a little bit with the winds.
Rocket!
It's way over there.
All right, he's trying. Oh, I think he's getting tired.
Yeah. Rocket!
Yeah.
I thought he'd go after you.
Yeah, he's a little stuck. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah,
You wanna follow with the camera?
I am following.
I'm gonna stay up here for eyes.
Do you want me to go to him?
Yeah, if you can just stay with her.
Do you want me to stay with Cindi, or do you want me to go to Rocket?
Maybe get close to Rocket to keep eyes on. Oh, he's in the air still.
Yeah, he is.
Rocket! He's stuck in like wind, I think.
Do you want me to go to him?
I think so.
Woohoo!
The BirdTricks Freeflight community, it just feels like people who've gotten to know each other, who have a camaraderie and a community about it. When we're caravanning on the road and we're joking over the radio or hanging out in the evening after the birds have finally been put away for the day or whatever. Just very casual, very friendly, very just a fun atmosphere to be a part of. Rocket's future obviously includes a lot more free flying. He is a bird that I think could never be happy if he couldn't fly. I think I've seen a definite joy in the flying, in doing it outdoors, that I would never want to take that away from him. I'm planning on going on the next trip I'm available for, which is in October. I wish I could do the one in July, but that's not an option for me. Definitely, I would like to continue to be involved in the Freeflight group with this group, because I feel safe that everybody's got the right level of training and understanding of how to make the trip safe. And then I also have met up here on this trip with a couple of people who are in my area, and we're planning on doing some meetups and some fun together.